Today we're turning that idea a little bit upside down, and we're going to go with what are 5 things not to do when you are supporting your partner in labor. So if we haven't met in real life, my name is Alice Turner. I am a doula, a Lamaze childbirth educator, and on my channel you'll find videos about birth. And if that's your thing, then you're in the right place. Hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified when the next video comes out. Today is all about 5 things for dads not to do during labor and birth. The first one is going to seem really easy, but it's so important, and I've seen so many dads do it. So the first thing not to do is to forget to eat and drink themselves. Okay, dads, you've got to keep yourself hydrated and nourished, and it's just as important as making sure your partner is hydrated and nourished. Labor is long. The average first-time labor is like 18 hours, give or take a few hours. That is a long time. And if you are not taking care of yourself during that time, you are going to have a giant crash. And the crash is usually going to happen right after the baby is born. Because if we don't have hydration and food, it can keep us sustained for a while. But then with the adrenaline that peaks right after the baby is born, we're going to crash. And dads, you're really going to be needed after that baby's born. We need someone who is going to step up and take care of baby duty, diapers, soothing, holding. All of those tasks are going to need to be done after the baby arrives. So along the way, along the labor, as you are giving sips of water to your partner, as they're in labor, make sure you give sips of water to yourself. Have your own water bottle and make sure that you're drinking it along the way. Have snacks. Pack a ton of snacks for labor and birth and be ready to eat them. Do not hesitate to eat them and make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So, number 1 thing, dads, not to do in labor and birth, and that is forget to eat and drink. Number 2 of what dads should not do during labor and birth, and that is to wait for your partner to tell you what to do. So I imagine in childbirth class, you have learned strategies. And if you haven't taken a childbirth class, I'm going to put links down below to 2 great classes. One, Birth A to Z, which is a free class all about different topics on labor. The other one is the Supporting Her online class that is specifically for dads. So check that out below. There's also a coupon code. Okay, so you have learned, or you will learn things in childbirth class on what to do. Things to say, different physical comfort techniques. Do not wait for your partner who's in labor to tell you when to do these things. Just try them out. So do not wait for her to say, hey, can you put some pressure on my back? Hey, can you give me a shoulder massage? Hey, can you help me out with my breathing? Don't wait. Your partner in labor will be busy laboring and doesn't have the right mindset to think, I wonder if someone can help me out here. What should they do to help me out? Now, certainly there could be times that they're like, help me, give me this, or what do I do next? But don't wait for that. Be proactive. And even if you don't know exactly what to do, that's okay, because there's probably a lot of options of things to do. And the best thing that you can do is just try something out. So don't delay, don't hesitate. Your partner will let you know if what you suggest is not working or doesn't help. But the worst thing to do is to wait for them to tell you what to do. So that's why it's number 2 of things not to do in the delivery room. Okay, we're on number 3 of the 5 things that dads should not do in the delivery room, and that is spend unnecessary time on your phone while she is awake and in her presence. So, meaning really limit phone time. Phone time shows, or actually makes her feel usually, that you are not connected and not checked in. Dads, you have to be present during labor and birth. You can't go through the pain, you can't take any of the pain away, but you can really help out if you are present, if you are engaged. And being on your phone for unnecessary time, that is really a no-no. Don't do it. Keep it in your pocket, keep it plugged into the wall, unless you need to do really necessary things like maybe communicating with someone outside the hospital, checking in on something that's important, a pet, a child, something like that, family members. You can also always do that in the bathroom as well. Bring your phone to the bathroom and do any of that unnecessary things that you need to do on your phone, but don't do it in front of your partner in labor. It is not, no, just don't. I can't even explain it anymore. It's the one thing that I've seen fights and disagreements in labor is the phone. So you're not going to do it. Okay, we're on number 4 of the 5 things dads shouldn't do in the delivery room. And this one is to yell during pushing. So you might think, why would I yell? Well, it gets exciting. And sometimes we have our care providers, our doctors, our nurses, our midwives that are giving encouragement. Things like, that's right, push right there, keep going, good job. Or maybe even counting like a 1, 2, 3. That can become very intense quickly. And I have seen dads where their voices will kind of start off here, and then the next push kind of goes to here. And then after about an hour of pushing, they're at yelling level. It's almost like a sporting event. Go! Stronger! Harder! Longer! And it's because they're excited, which I totally get, but keep that in mind. When you are supporting your partner pushing, keep your tone low, encouraging. She's going to listen to you. If you're like, good job, you're right at her ear, you did great, give a sip of water, put a washcloth on her head, a wet washcloth. More information on washcloths below. That's a key comfort measure during pushing. So check that out if you haven't seen that one yet. You don't want to yell. Yelling is so much overstimulus during such a hard time. We really want her to focus her efforts, and we don't want her to get distracted by a lot of people yelling at her. So keep those voices low. No yelling during pushing. Number 5, last but not least, and that is don't focus on the clock. Okay, now I know in labor, as a dad, you might be tasked with timing contractions. Cool. That's great. Probably have an app on your phone. You can do that. Timing contractions is a necessary thing to know where you are, whether you should go to the hospital. Good thing to do at home. Once you're in the hospital, I really recommend that you try to take any references to time out of your vocabulary. And the references I'm talking about are things like, you've been in labor for X number of hours. Hey honey, it's 3 p.m. now. Did you know you've been in labor for 12 hours? Those type, just, it doesn't help. It's really not helpful. And imagine if you were on a really strenuous bike ride or run and you don't know when you're going to stop and you still have a long way to go. Is it really helpful for someone to tell you, hey, you've been at this for 10 hours? It's really not helpful. The other thing is sometimes your partner might ask, how long have we been here? How long have we been at it? How long have I been in labor? I really suggest not dwelling on those questions and maybe even answering them a little bit vaguely, like, oh, it's been a while, or hey, we're on our journey, one step at a time. Hey, do you want some water? By focusing on it and talking about it and thinking about the clock, she gets out of that natural rhythm of coping with labor, and sometimes can go more tendency to go down a sort of a negative spiral when you start thinking about how long you've been at labor, how long you're still in it, or how long you've been at the hospital. So if it's an important question that needs to be answered, like, how long has it been since the doctor came in here? Or how long has it been since I had my antibiotics or something like that? Yes, of course, that kind of time, no problem. But try not to yourself talk or focus on how much time things have taken, or how long things have taken, or how long you've been at it, because it's just not helpful for anybody. So there we have it, 5 things for dads not to do when they are supporting in labor and birth. Now, if you want to find more great tips on what to do and strategies for being an awesome partner, again, that link is below for the Supporting Her online course. You'll also find some links below to some freebies, the Birth A to Zeta course. Just get in there and check it out. If you found this video useful, give it a like, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.